Hello and welcome to another exciting Finance 301 video. In this video, I want to show you how to use your Texas Instruments BA2 Plus calculator to find the price of a bond. The first thing we need to do before we start this process is to make sure our time value keys are cleared out to 0. So I'm going to hit second, clear TVM. The next thing we need to remember is that bonds pay interest twice a year, so we have to change our PY to 2. So we'll hit second, PY, and if it's not already 2, hit a 2 and then hit enter. Next, hit second, quit to get out of that. Now, let's assume that our bond has a face value of $1,000, as all corporate bonds do. So we'll hit 1,000, and then we'll hit FV for face value. Now, let's assume that the bond has a required return or yield of 10%. So I'll hit 10, and then I'll hit IY. Now let's assume that the bond has a coupon rate of 6%. What that means is that 6% of the face value, $1,000, is going to be paid to the bondholders every year. 6% of 1,000 is $60. So the bondholders get a total of $60 each year. But since bonds pay interest twice a year, that means that each interest payment will be 60 divided by 2, or $30. So I'll hit a 30, and then I'll put that into the payment button. Right. Now let's assume that the bond matures exactly 30 years from now. What we want to know then is how many interest payments will the bondholders receive while they hold this bond. Since bonds pay interest twice a year, the bondholder is going to get 30 times 2 interest payments in total. And that is the number we want to put into the in button, the total number of interest payments. So it'll be 60, goes into in. Finally, all we have to do is hit compute PV, and that will be the price of the bond. Something interesting to do is to see what would happen if the bond's yield rose from 10% to 12%. All we have to do is change IY. Punch in a 12, hit IY, and then compute PV all over again. And notice that the price of the bond went down. Now the price of the bond is $5.15. So as bond yields go up, bond prices go down. And the reverse is also true.